a basic beginner's hatha based yoga class incorporating some stretches to loosen up the wonderful work that we've done on day 2 of the 21-day challenge, right? Okay, so we'll start off with some breathing work, and then we'll move into some floor work, then we'll go into the sun salutation, which is dynamic, then some postures, and we'll rest after that, just so that you know. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. If you are tight in the hips and a simple crossed leg is what you're comfortable with, if you can, drop your knees and bring your heels together, and you feel you can sit like that for a while, then that's great. If you can do a half lotus, that's great. If you can go into the full lotus, that's ideal. If but I want to suggest something. But if you would rather go into this seated position, that's also fine. Okay. So this is the one that I'm going to do, just because that's most comfortable. Okay. And we're going to start to center ourselves. So what I'd like you to focus on is firstly close your eyes. Okay. Use your hands to lengthen your spine by pressing them on your knees. Okay. So what I'd like you to focus on is keeping that core tight and your spine straight, and your chin slightly tight. You're going to hold this position and just breathe. Long, deep breaths. And just find your own rhythm, trying to lengthen the breath, and trying to zone out from the world around you. Your attention should be on the breath. Breaks at your own pace. So you can bring your hands into any mantra of your choice. This is the one I'm choosing to use for myself. And just rest your hands on your knees. Remember to keep that spine straight, core engaged, and your chin slightly dipped, and continue breathing. And every time you breathe in and out, try and extend the length of the breath. We're going to start using the yogic breathing, the basic yogic breathing, which is threefold. You start breathing in from the pit of your stomach, dropping your diaphragm as low as possible. And then you breathe into the chest. And then when you feel like you can't take the breath in, breathe in right to the top of the lungs. Try not to lift your shoulders. And on your exhalation, breathe out from the top of the lungs, breathe out from the middle of your chest, and then as you breathe out, pull your navel inwards and upwards to expel all the stale air out of your lungs. Practice that. If you need to, you're welcome to place your hand on your chest and on your stomach to make sure that you're following the correct sequence. So breathe in with your belly, then into your chest, then into the top of the lungs. Exhale from the top of the lungs. Exhale from the middle of the chest, and then draw in your belly button in and up. Continue breathing. Once you find your rhythm, we're going to be doing 3 more deep breaths using that technique. You're welcome to use that Ujjayi breathing, which is a slight restriction at the back of your neck, at the back of your throat, so that you make a light snoring sound. What this is doing because it's slowing down your breathing rate, slowing down your heart rate, and calming the nervous system. 2 more breaths. So once you've completed those, we're going to practice what is also known as square breathing. So what we're going to do is inhale to the count of 6, hold the breath to the count of 6, exhale to the count of 6, hold the empty lungs to the count of 6. Okay. Right. Essentially what we're doing is strengthening the lungs and calming the body. If you need to check your body and make corrections, that's also fine. So let's start an inhalation. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat. If you need to decrease the count to 4 to your own pace, that's fine. If you want to increase it to 8, that's also fine. Continue with 5 rounds of that in your own pace. One more round. What I'd like you to do is rub your thumbs over your fingertips. Rub your hands together to create some heat. And whilst your eyes are closed, cup your hands over your eyes. Allow that energy to be absorbed into your eyes. And letting a little bit of light come in between your fingers, blink your eyes open. Drop your hands. Right. Let's go into some practice. Okay. So let's start off by stretching our legs. Yeah. Try and make some distance between them. Try and open up those hips. But really what's important here is that you're grounding your sitting bones into the mat and keeping your spine straight. We're going to go into a warm-up that's called stirring the pot. So essentially imagine a huge pot of putu and a big wooden spoon. And you're going to stir the pot, but really extend yourself back, engaging your core and feeling a nice stretch at those hamstrings, at those calves. Keep the feet flexed, so point your toes towards your face. You're going in one direction at the moment. Breathe in to come forward, breathe out to go back. Remember, keep your spine straight and your core engaged. Breathe in to come forward, breathe out to come back. In to come forward. One more before we change sides. Okay, and then when you get back to the front, go in the other direction. Breathe out to come back, in to come forward. Remember to keep those feet flexed, toes pointed towards your face. Core engaged, back straight. In to come forward, out to come back. In to come forward, out as you come back. 2 more. In as you come forward, out as you come back. Final. Okay, now come back to center. Okay, what I'd like you to do is bring your legs together in front of you. The important things to focus on here is that your spine is straight, that your quads are engaged, so your legs are straight, and that your toes are facing towards you. So you want to keep your feet flexed. Okay. Straighten that spine. Put your hands to the side of you. Roll back your shoulders as you take a deep breath in. And then you extend your arms right up to the sky. Really feel a lovely stretch as you try and reach up to the heavens. Spine straight, core engaged, feet flexed. And as you exhale, come forward as far as you can to grab, whether it's your shins, your knees, or if you can grab your feet, that's also fantastic. If you can grab your feet, try and grab your feet on the outer side of your feet and use your thumbs to push your big toes forward. That should give you a nice stretch on your the outside of your hammies. Remember, quads engaged.
I'm dying.
Quads engaged, back straight. And just as you breathe, breathe into the posture. Pull yourself forward, but don't strain yourself. We don't bounce, we breathe into it. Breathe into it. Okay. And you're going to inhale. As you inhale, extend your arms up. Again, reach up as far as you can to touch the heavens. Exhale and release. Okay. All right. So come and sit in a comfortable seated position. We're just going to do some arm warm-ups. So what I'd like you to do is extend your left arm, bring it across your body, and try and create some nice pressure so that you can feel a stretch in your scapula. So keep that arm straight. You should be feeling it in your T-band and in your back between your scapula. Okay, release. Do the same with the right arm. Extend it across. Of course, if you've got injuries, especially shoulder injuries, don't push yourself too much. You should be gentle on your body. Okay, release. Bring your hands either side to either side of the floor. What you're going to do is you're going to take your left arm first, and you're going to extend it. Imagine your back flat against a wall. You want this to be a movement that is two-dimensional. And extend your arm as much as you can. Release and do the opposite to the right arm. Okay, and release. Right. Now you're going to extend your arms and you're going to place your fingertips on your shoulders. Okay. As you breathe in, you're going to make big circles with your arms. So as you breathe in, you're going to bring your elbows together. Breathe in. Make the biggest circles if you can. And as you come down, exhale. Inhale, touch elbows. And exhale. Remember, keep your core engaged and your back straight. Breathe in. And exhale. One more. Breathe in. And exhale. Right, change direction. Breathe in. and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Last one, breathe in and exhale. All right, release. Just shake out those hands, flip those fingers. I know a lot of us have been doing weights and we've been doing push-ups. So what I'd like us to do is just come onto our knees. And in front of you, open up your knees slightly. In front of you, place your left hand. Make it nice and flat.
It's not on my knees again if we do this.
Fingers facing forward. Okay? Okay. I'd like you to pick up each finger and extend it as far as it can and then just let it drop. You should be hearing a nice thudding sound. Right, do the same to your right hand. Put pressure on that arm. Right, now bring your hands out in front of you, and on your left hand, pull those fingers as far back as you can. Right, now turn your hand the other way and pull your hand as far back as that can go. What we're trying to do is we're trying to stretch out those wrists from all those push-ups that we've been doing. Now do the same to the right, and then on the back of that right. Now interlock your fingers, and what you want to do is make a figure eight. Keep your arms as relatively straight as you can. This is a wrist motion. And now change directions. I can imagine some of us getting a little bit confused now.
Yep, bad.
Okay, right. So while we're in this position, bring your knees together behind you. Bring your knees together. I'm going to turn so that everyone can see me. You're going to take your left arm and you're going to bring it behind you and try and extend your hand as far up your spine as you can. You want your palm facing out. You can do this standing, right?
I'll take it further next time, Sensei.
Okay. With your right arm, you're going to extend it above you and you're going to try and grab that hand. Try and make your elbows go as is the word perpendicular or horizontal? I can't remember. But try and bring those elbows into alignment. And remember to breathe as you keep your spine straight and your core engaged. You should be giving you a nice stretch in the shoulders and in the arms. And release. Okay? Doing the same thing with the other side. We all have a stronger and a weaker side. So bring that left arm so that the palm is rising up the spine as far as you can. Extend the left arm over and try and grab that hand. Remember to try and correct those shoulders, the elbows, so that one is reaching for the ceiling and one is reaching for the ground. And try and drop your head back. Try and not drop your head forward too much. And release. Okay. From this position, come to stand. We're going to do some sun salutations, which is a beautiful sequence of movements, but we're going to keep it very simple. But essentially this works every system in the body. Your skeletal, your respiratory, your circulatory, and your nervous systems are all worked. Okay, so come to stand at the front of your mat. And what's important here, that if you suffer from any lower back issues, then keep your feet slightly apart. But if your spine is strong, then you keep your feet together. You're gonna come into what is called the mountain pose, Tadasana, where your glutes are engaged, your quads are engaged, your spine is straight. You have got this rotation in your pelvis, so that we're not doing a dip. You're rotating your pelvis so that your butt is tucked in, core engaged, shoulders back, and bring your hands to the prayer position at your heart center. You're going to take a deep, so we're going to do 3 rounds. The first round, we're going to go slowly, and then the next 2 rounds we're going to go with the breath. So, as you take a deep breath in, Raise your arms, hug your ears, and lean back as far as is comfortable for your spine. As you breathe out, come forward. Let the top of your body hang, keeping your legs straight, keeping those quads engaged. If you can touch your shins, ankles, whatever the case is, let that be. You're going to place your hands on the ground next to your feet and take a big step back with your right foot. If this is a strain, you're welcome to bring the knee onto the ground, but ideally, if you're going to that lunge position, it's going to be more beneficial. You want that knee to be on the outside of that left armpit, and you want to drop your crotch as far as possible. Spine straight. If you need to correct your feet, that's fine. Spine straight, drop your shoulders and look forward. Then you're going to take your right foot, your left foot back to meet your right into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, you want to be pressing your heels into the ground and dropping your chest in between your shoulder blades and looking up at your navel. Then we're going to move into the plank. Now the plank requires a little bit of a rounded top section. A roundness between your shoulders, but don't lift your buttocks, drop your buttocks. And lower yourself onto the ground. Then you're going to push yourself into the cobra. This is elbows pinched, shoulders dropped, and buttocks engaged. Roll over your toes as you come back into downward facing dog. You're going to step your right foot forward so that it reaches in between your hands and go into that lunge position. Remember, shoulders dropped, look forward. Take that left foot so that it meets your right. Allow yourself to drop down as far as you can. Take a deep breath in as you extend your arms and lean back. Coming back into the prayer position. Take a moment to rest. Let your breathing come back to normal. Inhale and lean back. Exhale and come forward. Remember to keep those quads engaged. You're going to take a long step back with your left foot this time, hands on either side of your right foot. Really remember to drop the shoulders and look forward. You want a nice deep lunge. You should be feeling this in your left quad. Take the right foot back to meet the left into the downward facing dog. Inhale as you come forward to the plank. Drop knees, chest and chin. And then inhale as you come into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward between your hands. Remember to drop those shoulders and face forward. Inhale, right foot forward to meet the left. Exhale. Inhale, come up, lean back, and exhale. And lean back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, left foot back to meet your right. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, come up. Lean back. Exhale. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, right foot back into downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot between the hands. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, praying position. One more round to each side. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, right foot back. Hold the breath, left foot back. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, come up and lean back. Exhale, nice. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, right foot back into downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot between your hands. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, namaste. And just hold that position and allow your heart rate to come to normal and your breathing to come. Okay. Right. So we're going to come into a standing posture, which is going to give us a lovely stretch. So come to the back of your mat and make sure that your foot is at 45-degree angle, and you're going to take a nice big step forward with your right foot. Your right foot must be facing forward, your back foot must be at 40 degrees angle. Right. You're going to swivel your hips so they're facing forward. Okay? Alignment is really important here. You're going to extend your arms from either side. Just check that your arms are not out of sequence, and most importantly, check that the shoulders are dropped and back. You're going to bend that front knee, and if you need to heel toe yourself a little bit forward to get a nice, depending on your stretchability, then do so. All right. Make sure that that knee does not go over the foot, and make sure that that left hip does not pop in. They must be in alignment. Now, from this position, you're going to drop your hand to the floor, whichever is comfortable for you. If you're feeling weak and you need to do this, that's fine. If you can only do it with your fingertips, that's fine. Right? And then you're going to extend your arm above you. Now, check that that arm is not popping out. Check that that shoulder is not doing all these strange movements. Keep checking on that left hip that it's not popping forward. Keep pushing that right hip forward. Use your elbow to push that right knee back, and keep that left leg strong. Keep looking up at that left hand. And as you take a breath in, come back, whoopsie, extend that right leg, okay, and bring that leg back. So now we're going to do the other side. So step to the other side of the mat, or you can just turn around, that's also fine. Keeping that right foot at a 45-degree angle, take a big step forward with that left foot. Okay? Remember to keep a check on the alignment of your hips. Extend your arms to either side. You don't want to crunch your shoulders, keep them down. Keep checking that this hip is not popping forward, and keep pushing your left hip forward. Okay, so bend that left knee, make sure that the knee is not going over the toes. You're going to drop your hand to however far you can and extend that right arm above you. Turn to look at it, Be aware of your shoulders, be aware of your hips, and keep that back leg strong. Remember to keep pushing that knee back with your elbow. Breathe in and come back. Extend the leg, swing your feet together, and step back together. Now we're going to move to the floor for 2 more postures before we go into everyone's favorite Shavasana. Right, so come onto your knees. You're going to start off with the camel, and this is really just to stretch those muscles that we've been doing a lot of work on in terms of squats, etc., lunges, etc. Okay, so you're going to come and sit up. Remember, it's important here to keep your spine straight and not to pop out your buttocks. You want to do that pelvic tilt so that your buttocks is engaged. You want to bring your toes to the mat for some elevation and stability. What we're going to do is roll back the shoulders as far as possible. We're going to lean back and firstly rest one arm, one hand on that heel, and secondly the second. Now the key here is that you're using your quads to push yourself forward. You're using your glutes and your quads to push yourself forward, and you're dropping your head back. You're trying to create a nice stretch in your quads. As you come back forward, place your left hand on your lower spine, and then your right hand on your lower spine, and then come back. Right. Let's move into some spinal twists. So come to sit on your mat. Extend your legs in front of you. We're going to do the basic spinal twist. So, with your feet flexed, you're going to bring your right leg, bend the knee, keeping your spine straight. Okay? Now, place that right foot on the outside of the left knee. Okay? The important thing here is to keep that left leg engaged. Both buttocks must be equally on the mat. Okay? Left foot flexed, left leg engaged. You're going to push that thigh into your torso as much as you can. Okay? And hold it there. If you're more flexible and you feel more comfortable, you can extend that left arm above your head and place your left elbow on the outside of that right knee. That right arm you are using to prop your spine up. Right? So in this position, you turn to look over that right shoulder. You breathe in to extend your spine. You breathe out to stretch further into it. Okay. Breathe in and breathe out. And with every breath, you should find yourself being able to twist deeper into it. Slightly drop the chin, bring your head back to center. Release that left arm, release the right arm, keeping the knee bent, place the foot on the inside, and extend your leg. We're going to do the same thing to your left side. So bend the knee. The reason why we're protecting our kneecaps here, that's why we're so methodical about it. So place your left foot on the outside of that right knee. You're going to use that left arm to push your spine straight, and you're going to extend the right arm, and if you can, place your elbow on the outside of that right knee. Do so. Remember, inhale to extend, exhale to twist. Now look as far as you can over that left shoulder. Slightly drop your chin as you bring your head back to center. Release your right arm, release your left. Bring the foot to the inside of the right knee and extend that foot. We're going to go into the universal spinal twist. So come to lie on your mat. I hope everyone can still see me. Okay.
Omi girls.
Okay. So lying on your back, you're going to bring your knees, you're going to bend your knees. Actually, we're not going to do the universal, don't lie. We're going to do a windscreen wiper motion, dropping your knees to each side but not moving your feet. Alright, now drop your knees completely to your left side. And trying as much as possible to keep both buttocks on the mat, which sounds practically impossible, but definitely both shoulders. You're going to take that left foot and place it on your right thigh, just to create some additional stretching on that the outside of the right quad. Keep pressing that right shoulder into the ground and keep pressing that right hip towards your mat. Okay, now bring that left foot back to the mat. Again, windscreen wiping motion. Now we're going to drop to the right. And you're going to take your right foot and place it on your left thigh. Remember to keep pushing that left shoulder flat onto the mat and that left hip as far to the mat as you can get it. If you do need a deeper stretch, you're welcome to bring your arms above your head. And release. Release that foot. We're going to go into Shavasana. So extend your legs in front of you. The key things here are to extend your legs with space between them and let your feet flop out to the side. Press your shoulders into the mat, palms facing up, and let your arms lie beside you. Let them flop onto the mat in their natural posture. Press the base of your neck into the mat, and then release. Press the base of your spine into the mat, and then release. And make sure that every part of your body is completely relaxed as you close your eyes. And with closed eyes, you start paying attention to your body. Allow the breath to flow through you. Search for any piece of tension that is stopping you from being fully relaxed. Feel how every part of your body is singing. Allow the breath to deepen. Slowly start to become aware of your breath. Slowly become to start aware of your body. Start becoming aware of your tongue in your mouth. Move it around. Rub your thumbs across your fingertips, pressing into each fingertip. Roll your feet in one direction and then in the other. And as you become aware of your body, and when you're ready, roll onto your right side, still lying on the floor with eyes closed. your own time, come to sit in a seated position, a comfortable seated position, still with your eyes closed. Your body should be feeling marvelous.
It is.
We're going to do 3 arms to close the session today. So keeping your spine straight, shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. Rub the palms of your hands together to generate some heat. I want you to feel some heat. Place your palms over your eye sockets. Allow your eyes to absorb that. Let your fingertips part so that it lets some slivers of light in, and slowly blink your eyes open. Drop your hands. Thank you.
Easy.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Mine feels amazing. Sore, but amazing. Thank you. Lucky you, girls.